This is Monkey World in Dorset, the largest ape and monkey rescue centre on the planet. Today on Monkey Life, pregnant Paquita looks fit to burst.
And Paquita's kept us guessing, and she's currently 1 week later than we thought she'd be, and she's huge.
Capuchin Sean is keen to prove that nobody can groom like he can. And life hangs in the balance for ruffed lemur Blue.
Well, she's actually panting, isn't she? Is she still breathing? I don't think so.
Monkey World is home to over 250 apes and monkeys, large and small. And tucked away in a corner of the park is the Malagasy enclosure. It's home to some of the smaller primates, 14 ring-tailed lemurs and one hybrid ruffed lemur called Blue. This morning, keeper Toby has isolated Blue from the rest of the group, as he needs to check up on her. She's been injured by some of the younger ringtails.
There you go.
Blue's in the shed.
OK.
And it's Toby's job to get her out, which isn't as easy as it sounds.
OK, Blue, it's OK. OK.
Are you all right in there, Toby?
OK, I'm just trying to lure her out so I can get hold of her. Do this the easy or the hard way?
Is she giving you problems?
Blue is 23, which makes her an old lady. She likes a quiet life, and while she usually gets on fine with the ringtails, occasionally some of the youngsters like to liven up their day by teasing her. But today they went a bit too far, and now Blue needs medical attention.
OK, she's in.
OK.
She's got a cut above her right eye. She's also got a nasty cut on her inner thigh. She's very, very stiff and slow as well. So we'll take her up to Femke now to get her checked out.
Finally, Blue can be taken to the park's on-site hospital.
Hello.
Hello.
So there's Blue. What happened?
She's had a fight with one of the boys, and so she's got these wounds on her head and her inner thigh.
There are always risks when an animal is anaesthetised, and especially with elderly animals, so park vet Femke takes every precaution.
Yeah, I can see there's quite a big cut on her head, but it doesn't seem to go too far down, so I'm happy about that, but we'll have a better look when she's properly asleep.
Lemurs may look cute and cuddly, but they have sharp nails and long teeth. And on closer inspection, Femke can see that Blue's injuries to her inner thigh are nasty bite wounds.
She's got two very bad injuries on the inside of her right thigh. It's like two canines that slashed through. The wounds are not too deep, actually. I mean, the muscle is showing, but it hasn't been lacerated, so I'm happy about that.
But before Femke can even start to fix Blue's injuries, something goes seriously wrong.
Is she still breathing? I don't think so. Okay, switch off the isoflurane.
Blue has stopped breathing. Femke needs to act quickly, or Blue could die. Blue is immediately put onto an artificial respirator. This will get vital oxygen into her system.
How many?
Just 2 drops.
Blue is also given medication to help restart her breathing.
Could you give her a breath every so many seconds? Still going, your heart? Yeah.
And an injection is administered to begin reversing the anaesthetic.
The color's still fine.
Blue is stabilised, but still not breathing on her own.
Blue, it's time to start breathing again.
Come on, Blue.
The team can only wait and hope.
Is she starting? Yeah, she's breathing.
Good girl.
That wasn't very nice.
Well done, Winnie.
To everyone's relief, Blue is breathing again. But now Femke has to decide whether it's safe for the operation to continue.
Really? Blue's 23 years old, which is quite old for a lemur, so yeah, they are more at risk for anesthesia.
But later, Blue stops breathing again. Will the team be able to revive her for a second time?
Was she? Oh, we're gonna call it a day.
And the park's baby Golden-Cheeked Gibbon is flourishing.
Baby is as healthy as they come, to be honest with you. Everybody's overjoyed. She's got a little set of lungs on her. She's a squeaky wee thing. She's certainly not going to be the quiet type.
Another group of small monkeys living at the park are the Capuchins, and each of them seems to have a different and distinctive hairstyle. And there has to be somebody to keep those hairstyles up to scratch. Luckily, the male Capuchins have 9-year-old Sean, who just can't seem to stop grooming. It's usually the monkey being groomed that gets the most enjoyment. But Sean seems to be at his happiest when he's indulging others. Or if everyone else is busy, indulging himself. Sean is one of the 88 Chilean Capuchins who arrived 9 months ago. They've settled down to life at the park very well, and the primate care staff are starting to see lots of natural Capuchin behaviour, including plenty of play. Capuchins have bundles of energy and love wrestling and clambering about. And in the wild, when they aren't at play, Capuchins keep up their relationships with the other monkeys in their troop by grooming. It's the perfect way of keeping clean, tidy, making friends, and if you fall out, making up. Here at the park, it's amazing to see these Capuchins behaving like wild Capuchins and finding out what monkey life is all about. And with Sean around, whatever they do, they're all going to be a whole lot cleaner. Back in the park's hospital, the team are still working on Blue, the injured lemur. Thankfully, she's now breathing by herself. Vet Femke has decided to bring Blue around from the anaesthetic and let her injuries heal naturally.
We'll clean the wound as good as possible and give her some antibiotics and anti-inflammatories because I want to keep it short, the anesthesia, because of, well, she stopped breathing. I didn't really like that, obviously. But she seems to be fine again. And the wounds are not that bad. They will heal by themselves without stitching as well.
But before Femke can go any further, there's another emergency.
She's still breathing.
Blue has stopped breathing again. Once again, the team must act very quickly.
Toby, could you do the same again? No, the end is there. And then hold this.
Anaesthetics are dangerous, and this is why the park tries to avoid them. But when an animal is hurt, it's sometimes necessary to determine the extent of the injury.
Oh, our nose has just started to go again. Yeah.
To everyone's relief, Blue is breathing again.
There we go. Yeah, she's breathing really good.
But the danger isn't over yet. Femke now needs to bring Blue around from the sedation as quickly and safely as possible.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna abort this procedure because she just keeps stopping breathing and that's not really good. So I've reversed the anesthetic. Now we're just giving her oxygen and waiting for her to be awake again.
Her little tongue's going.
Box ready.
Yeah. Hello, Blue. Are you awake now?
Quite awake now.
Hello, sweetheart.
Okay.
You must be feeling rough. Yeah, you can put her back.
Blue is safely back in her travel box, and although it'll take her injuries longer to heal naturally, Femke is sure that this is the best option for Blue.
We just let Blue recover now, and we'll have to keep her on antibiotics a long time because the wound is quite big. It will have to heal, like it's called secondary healing. She'll be fine. We'll just keep her on meds a long time, but preferably not anesthetize her again. she's too old and she doesn't want to be anesthetized anymore. Better to keep her alive and let the wound heal a bit more slowly than that she dies on the table. That would be a disaster. So yeah, I'm happy she's awake again.
Toby has helped care for Blue for 3 years, so this ordeal has been very stressful for him. Now he's keen to give her some much-needed TLC.
Blue's had quite a rough day really today. We think she's had enough now, so we're going to take her back up to Malagasy. We'll put her back in her warm shed with some nice blankets, let her recover in there, and then we'll sort of let her back out in Malagasy and see how she gets on. We'll just give her some time to recover really and get her bearings again.
At Monkey World with the woolly monkeys, new mum-to-be Paquita
Good girl. Here we go.
looks fit to burst.
Good girl. She's huge. And unfortunately, because the weather's so hot, she's very uncomfortable and she walks around extremely slowly and very, very grumpily. And we're hoping that she'll give birth any day now because, frankly, we just need her to cheer up.
A woolly monkey's pregnancy is around 7 months long.
It's a clicker, you can't...
But for Paquita, this milestone has come and gone.
Belly, look how big it is.
The team aren't sure if she's overdue or if they've got her due date wrong.
The problem we have is that we can only predict when they're going to give birth by if we see them mating. And we've only seen Paquita being mated 3 times, so they're the only dates we have to work out her due date from. But obviously, we've worked it out wrong, and Paquita's kept us guessing, and she's currently 1 week later than we thought she'd be.
So far, 8-year-old Paquita has had a very healthy pregnancy, so the team aren't that concerned. But Holly does like to check Paquita's tummy, just to make sure the baby's healthy too. And this isn't as easy as it sounds.
Hand. At the moment, we're trying to teach Paquita to bring her baby bump nearer to us so that we can feel it. You can see she's very keen to receive rewards for her training, that kind of thing. She loves her food, which is quite apparent. And all we do is, she already knows how to give us her hands when we ask. So we ask her for her 2 hands up high, and that leaves her belly revealed so that we can ask her for that. So, Paquita, hand. Are you going to rob me, are you? OK. Paquita, hand. Good gal. Hand. We're all joining in. Good gal. Stomach. Good gal. And this sort of gets her familiar with us touching her stomach, and even now I can feel that on the left-hand side of her stomach there's a big lump, which is, it's a fair bet it's the head of the baby. The baby moves all the time, so some days when we examine her, we can feel all what we assume are elbows and knees, lots of little knobbly bits, and then later on in the day, we'll examine her and there'll be a very big lump, which we can presume is either a head or a pelvis. And then one day when we were examining her, we actually felt the baby move past our hands, so we're all quite confident that it's OK. I'm not worried that she's overdue. I think because Paquita's quite a curvy lady anyway, we may have thought she's further along than she is. But at the moment, she's perfectly healthy. She doesn't seem stressed. She just seems very, very heavy.
So, for Paquita's sake, everybody hopes that she gives birth soon.
There we go. Good girl.
Later, the baby Golden-Cheeked Gibbon finally gets a name.
In Vietnamese, it means gold or golden, which is just, it had to be.
Across the park in Hananya's chimp group, newcomers Ben and Pip are outside exploring their enclosure. They're growing in confidence, but prefer sticking close together. A few days ago, Ben and Pip met alpha male Hananya for the 2nd time. And unfortunately, things didn't go well for Ben. Because of this, the team have split the group. And today, it's the turn of Ben and Pip's troop to go outside and enjoy the sunshine. And it seems everyone is interested in the youngsters. Arthur is very fond of Ben, and his grooming is going to be a very important part of Ben's integration. These grooming sessions can last for hours. But Ben and Pip aren't yet confident enough to stay still for that long. Next up, it's Simon. He's in the mood for some fun. Simon's a very playful chimp, and he really wants Ben and Pip to join in. But Ben's not convinced. Although he gets on with Simon, the 14-year-old is very exuberant, and Ben's not yet self-assured enough to completely relax around him and the rest of the boys. But it's a different story when it comes to the girls. Ben is totally happy and relaxed in their company. This is a good sign for the team, because although an alpha male governs the group, it's really the females who rule the roost and keep the peace. So Ben's friendship with the girls could really stand him in good stead when it comes to the next meeting with alpha male Hananya. Or make Hananya jealous. Over with the Golden-Cheeked Gibbons, new parents Zoe and Jake are doing a great job with their 7-week-old baby.
Baby is as healthy as they come, to be honest with you. Everybody's overjoyed, doing really well, thriving, suckling well, even at this stage, at just under 2 months of age. Hands coming out and looking and discovering leaf and other food items that Mum's having, which is great. Mum's doing much better now. She wasn't the most natural mother in the world, it has to be said, but she's much, much more happy with the baby clinging on, baby moving around, but still holding on, and Dad is actually now to actually come and play with the baby now too, which is lovely.
It's very difficult to tell if a baby gibbon is male or female, but the primate care staff have taken a chance and named the infant. This is Kim.
We decided to call Zoe's baby Kim for several reasons. First, we can pronounce it properly, we can spell it easily, but also in Vietnamese it means gold or golden, which is just, it had to be. It also, if we have got it horribly wrong and it's not a girl, but we're sure it is, 85% sure it's a female. If we've got it wrong, that could sit quite nicely for a boy as well. So unisex names are always a good idea with us at the Gibbons.
Monkey World is part of the International Endangered Species Breeding Programme, and Kim is the second baby Golden-Cheeked Gibbon to be born here. The park hopes that this new addition won't be the last.
Jake is now around 9 years of age. Zoe, we're never 100% sure, as she was a rescued animal. We don't have a birth date. But we think she's probably around 12 to 13 years of age now, maybe a little bit more. So she's a slightly mature mother, shall we say. But it doesn't mean that she's never going to have another infant. She should now pop them out quite regularly, actually. Around every 15 months to 2 years, she should actually then be able to have another infant. But yes, a perfect family unit. An infant to care for and look after. And you've got a very happy gibbon keeper too. So that's everybody sorted.
Over at the Malagasy enclosure, ruffed lemur Blue is recovering well from her earlier ordeal. She needed medical attention following a fight with the ringtails. But before Blue could be patched up, she reacted badly to the anaesthetic and stopped breathing on the operating table. To avoid the risk of this happening again, Femke decided to bring Blue around from the sedation and let her wounds heal naturally.
Come on, Blue.
Toby's kept a close eye on Blue, and now he needs to give her medication.
She's amazed us, really. If you didn't know, you probably wouldn't be able to tell that she had sort of injuries on her legs. She's moving around freely in the trees. She's already sort of seen the ringtails off from out of her enclosure and sort of just generally acting like Blue up here, really.
It's important that Blue takes her medication, as it'll prevent infection and reduce any pain she may have.
Come on, Blue.
But Blue isn't keen. So Toby needs a sneaky plan.
Lemurs in the past have been fairly fussy when it comes to their medication. Whether it's to do with their strong sense of smell, they seem to be able to sniff it out and spit the food out just when you think they're about to eat it. So we have to be quite sort of cunning with what we hide their medicine in. This is the painkiller. It's in tablet form, so we have to crush it up and then hide it in a substance so that she will hopefully eat it.
Luckily, Toby's choice of raspberry jam is fooling Blue.
Yeah. No, she's taken that really, really well. It's gone any better. We just hope that she keeps her taste for jam, really.
Toby will continue to give Blue medication on a daily basis for 3 weeks, and hopefully she'll soon make a full recovery. Next time. The park grows stinky herbs to bring out the capuchin's natural behaviour, and it certainly does the trick. The woolly monkeys enjoy insects, but Paolo isn't quite brave enough to join in. And Ben has his third meeting with alpha male Hananya, but this time, the females strike back.
I think at the moment Hananya's realising what any middle-aged bloke knows, that women are in charge. You don't mess with the women. A bit too far and the women will kick your ass, and they have.